UFC Fight Night 163 Zabit Magomed Sharipov versus Calvin Kattar is in Moscow. It starts next weekend. I'm going to go through the entire card, starting at the early prelims, ending with the main event, giving you my predictions for every single fight. It's a decent card. We got some prospects. We ain't got many big names, but it's an okay card. I'm not angry. I'm not angry about it, okay? I'm not. Grigory Popov versus Davy Grant. I'm going with Grigory Popov. Don't ask fucking questions. Jessica Rose Clark versus Pani Kianzad. I'm going with Jessica Rose Clark. Actually, I'm going with Pani Kianzad. Jessica Rose Clark's been coming off a lot of injuries recently. She spent a lot of time outside the cage. I like Pani Kianzad here. Okay, I think she's going to get the job done. And also, I am biased because I really want to get inside them cheeks of Rose Clark. Okay, so I'm really biased there. So I'm going to go against my dick and I'm going to think with my head. Pani Kianzad gets the job done. Alexander Yakovlev versus Roosevelt Roberts. I'm going with Roosevelt Roberts. I've seen Yakovlev lose too many times, man. I've just seen him lose too many times. I've seen him KO'd. I've seen him just dominated. I'm going to go with Roosevelt Roberts here. I think he's going to bounce back. It's a massive learning experience when you're an undefeated fighter and you take your first loss. Hopefully he's grown from it. He's got a decent opponent that he's most likely able to get a win over. I'm going to go with Roosevelt Roberts getting a decision victory. There ain't going to be a finish because it's Roosevelt Roberts. Abubakar Nurmagomedov. That's all I need to say. Who cares who the other guy is? David Zawada. Is David Zawada's surname Nurmagomedov? No. Abubakar surname is Nurmagomedov, so he's going to win this fight dominantly. He's 15-2. David Zawada is 16-5. Disrespectful record. I'm going with Abubakar Nurmagomedov. There you go, Abubakar. I'm going with him, just via surname. Roman Kopylov versus Carl Roberson. Kopylov's an undefeated guy. Roberson's a big fucking middleweight, man. He gives problems to a lot of guys. Carl Roberson, I believe, is the same guy who went up to light heavyweight on short notice and almost finished Glover Teixeira. I'm going to go with Carl Roberson here. Roman Kopylov's a beast, but I'm going to go with Carl Roberson. I think he's going to get the job done. Rustam Khabibov versus Sergey Kanzoko. Sergey Kanzoko is supposed to be fighting someone else, I believe, on an earlier card, not too long ago. I'm going to go with Sergey Kanzoko. He's young. He's got a great record with a lot of experience. He's fought some good guys. I like Sergey Kanzoko here. I was going to pick him against the last guy he was supposed to face, but that fight fell through. Now they're on this card, which I'm not even that angry about. I like this. Sergey Kanzoko makes complete sense. Magomed Ankalaev versus Dalcha Lungyumbala. Magomed Ankalaev's a beast, man. He's only lost to Paul Craig, and he lost in the last second of the fight by triangle. The last second of the fight. Dalcha Lungyumbala is really fucking strong and athletic and cuts a lot of weight. I don't know what I'm going to go with here. The technical skill tilts me towards Magomed Ankalaev, but the just brute strength and just domination goes towards Dalcha Lungyumbala. I'm going to go with Magomed Ankalaev. Paul Craig is not an easy guy to dominate on the ground. And Magomed Ankalaev was doing that for two rounds and 4 minutes 59 seconds. So I'm going to go with Magomed Ankalaev here. I think he's going to get the job done. Dalcha Lungyumbala. I don't think he's going to be able to dominate Magomed as he hopes that he maybe should. I feel like he's going to have a game plan of just, I'm going to dominate this guy. But this guy's Dagestani. You know, you're not going to dominate him on the ground. He's going to scramble, he's going to get back up, and maybe we're going to see all that muscle mass from Lungyumbala start to take a toll on him in the later rounds. And I feel like that's where Magomed's going to take over. Ankalaev for the decision win. The last 2 rounds go to Ankalaev. And it's in Russia, so basically all the rounds are going to these Russian boys. Anyway, Shamil Gamzatov versus Klidson Farias Diabrio. I'll go with the undefeated guy here. Shamil Gamzatov, Klidson Farias Diabrio. I've seen him fight a few times, seen him lose. I'm going to go with the undefeated guy here, the newcomer into the UFC. Yeah, I'm going with Shamil. I think he's going to get the job done. He's on the main card. It's a big moment for him. I think he's going to get the job done. Anthony Rocco Martin versus Ramazan Emeev. This is a big fight as well. Anthony Rocco Martin only lost to Damian Maia at welterweight, which isn't a bad loss to have. In reality, I'm going to, as you can tell, my voice is fucked. I need to drink right now. Hang on. Only lost to Damian Maia, okay? Only lost to Damian Maia. Ramazan Emeev coming in 18-3. He's got a fucking solid record. It's going to be hard to bet against him. Anthony Rocco Martin's in camp right now with Colby Covington. It's a good training partner to have. He goes late night cardio rounds with, what's her fucking name, Kayla Harrison. He's with her now, so definitely getting some late night cardio in there. I'm going to go with Anthony Rocco Martin. I never bet against him. I don't know why. I just think he's very good. At welterweight, he's very good. You look at some of his wins at welterweight and you think, wow, these aren't bad. Like, he beat them before you realised how good they were. Like, Sergio Moraes, picked apart him for 3 rounds. Then he fought Jake Matthews, destroyed him. Faced some adversity, but came back through it and destroyed him and finished him. Beat Ryan LaFleur, who's no fucking slouch. I'm going to go with Anthony Rocco Martin here. I think he's going to get the job done. Ramazan Mamev's obviously Dagestani, so he's going to be way bigger because they just weight bully everyone. So that's going to be a factor here. I feel like Rocco Martin's going to get the job done, though. Gardzimra Antugulov versus Ed Herman. I'll go with Antugulov. I like Ed Herman. I feel like his last win over one of the Cummings brothers, I believe. Pretty good win, but, you know, they're the Cummings brothers. They're not long for this MMA world. I'm going to go with Antugulov here. I think he's going to get the job done. Zalim Imadiev versus Danny Hot Chocolate Roberts. I can't bet on that chin. I'm sorry, Danny Roberts. I know you're from England. I know I'm supposed to represent you. You're from Manchester. I'm supposed to root for you all the way. I can't bet on that chin. I'm sorry. Please prove me wrong. I'm rooting for you. I can't put a prediction on that chin. Your chin is not there anymore, man. Every single fight I see you fucking do the fucking chicken dance at least once every fight that you're in. Even if you're winning a fight, you're still getting fucking wobbled all over the place. I can't bet on it. I can't put my prediction on that chin. I'm going to go against Danny Roberts here. I'm going to go with Zalim Imadiev. And not to mention, Danny Roberts didn't lose too long ago. In March, he got KO'd stiff by fucking whatever his fucking name was. What was his name? The guy, the hype train that got derailed by that fucking journeyman Canadian. Mikel Pereira. Destroyed him, and he's back again after a KO loss. I don't like it. I feel like Zalim Imadiev's going to get the job done. Alexander Volkov versus Greg Hardy. I know what you guys think. He's going to go with Greg Hardy because he's that retarded. I'm not going to go with Greg Hardy. It would be a fun one to predict on, okay? Because this is a closer fight than people seem to be thinking. This is heavyweight. If there's going to be a huge upset, this is the weight division for it to happen, okay? The better guy does not always win. Ask Derek Lewis how he feels. He's top 5. You know what I mean? He has no martial arts skill. He just has a big punch. And he's top 6, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to go against Greg Hardy, though. There's a good chance he'll get the upset. Volkov's coming off a KO loss to Derek Lewis, of course. And a long layoff as well, due to USADA issues. I'm assuming that they weren't bad USADA issues because he's back within a year. So I'm assuming that it wasn't a massive suspension where he was definitely on something. Maybe a tinted supplement or something like that. I'm going to go with Volkov here, man. I just can't bet against him. I feel like if there's one lesson he learned against Derek Lewis, it's maybe to not even play the game if he knows he's ahead for the 2 rounds. Because if you remember against Derek Lewis, he was still engaging with 10 seconds left. And he's won the entire fight start to finish until then. And he's still engaging, throwing leg kicks and shit. I feel like he's going to learn from that. And maybe when he realises he's ahead, he's going to be a bit more cautious with what moves he decides to throw. I feel like that's going to favour him here. Listen, if you can't finish Ben Sassoli with an asthma pump in your hand, I don't think you're going to beat Alexander Volkov, okay? I just don't see it happening. If Greg Hardy was KOing everyone he fought, I would probably say that Volkov there's a good chance he might get clipped and might lose, but Greg Hardy's not KOing everyone. And even if he is getting finishes, they're not clean. Like, Dmitry Smolyakov just sort of ran at him in a fucking spastic rage and then just fucking flipped over and curled up on the floor. Wasn't really a good finish there. Then you've got the fucking Juan Adams, who's literally a fucking Neanderthal, who just held onto a single leg for dear life while someone's pounding his fucking head in and didn't move a single muscle while it was happening. So fuck him as well. And then Ben Sassoli went to a decision with Greg Hardy. I'm not impressed enough to say that Volkov's going to lose. If this was Greg Hardy who was coming in, destroyed Juan Adams with a one-punch KO and flattened him out cold, destroyed fucking Dmitry Smolyakov, who actually showed up to fight, destroyed Alan Crowder, I believe his name is, destroyed Ben Sassoli with a one-punch KO, I might actually hedge my bets on Hardy. But he doesn't seem to have that lights-out power. trust me, he can win this fight. This is heavyweight. Anything can happen. I just don't like it, man. This isn't even a short notice fight either, because he's been in a fight camp this entire time for the Ben Sassoli fight, and he turns right back around to try and right his wrongdoing in this fight. I just don't think he's going to get the job done. Zabit, and I'm going with Volkov here as well, just to reiterate. I think Volkov's going to TKO him in the later rounds. Zabit Magomedsharipov versus Calvin Kattar. Okay, this is a good fight. I like the fact that this is headlining a fight night. I'm actually glad. I am very fucking annoyed, and it makes me hate Zabit right now that he did not up the ante to 5 rounds. That's a fucking bitch move. People say these Dagestani guys are savages and Zabit feels no fear. That's a fucking pussy move. I'm going to bet that Magomedsharipov wins this, but that's a bitch move. Calvin Kattar was offered to go 5 rounds for the main event. He said yes. Straight away he said yes. Zabit and his team, oh no, we're only doing it 3 rounds. No, we won't go 5 rounds. That's a bitch move, man. You fucking step up when you're asked to step up. That's really fucking annoyed me. I was on a little bit of a... I like Zabit's style, man. He's real loose on the feet. I like it, man. But that's really fucking pissed me off. That's a bitch move right there. Anyway, about the fight. Calvin Kattar's dangerous. The boxing is going to be really dangerous here. It isn't a boxing match, man. You know, like, Calvin Kattar's been exposed from leg kicks from Renato Moicano before. He couldn't beat Renato Moicano. I think, like, a KO punch over Ricardo Lamas is a little bit overhyped, because Lamas maybe is on the downslope of his career. And also was coming off a big KO loss to Josh Emmett as well. I think he beat Darren Elkins in between those fights. But either way, he's been KO'd recently before Kattar clipped him as well. I don't know, man. I just see Zabit winning this, especially because it's 3 rounds. I don't see a finish happening. Calvin Kattar's not one to get finished. Like, he fights till the very end. He was getting picked apart by Renato Moicano the entire fight. Kept throwing back the entire time. Zabit, I feel like with the leg kicks, he just has more options. You know, Calvin Kattar, if he's losing on the feet, can't go, oh, I'll just dominate him on the ground then, and I'll take him down and dominate him there. He can't say that. Zabit can. If Zabit's not liking what Calvin Kattar's throwing at him on the feet, and he's thinking, oh, I don't know about this, maybe I should go for a takedown, he can do that. He can switch things up and completely dominate the ground game. Options are on the side of Zabit. I'm on the side of Zabit. I think he's going to get the job done. However, this is a much closer fight than people think, man. Kattar is a beast. Kattar is an absolute savage. And for him to be on the Boston card in his hometown, everyone's going out there to see him, all his friends and family. Zabit fucking pulls out of the Boston card, but he's okay 3 weeks after that for the fucking Moscow card. I don't like Zabit after this, man. Honestly, I feel like this has rubbed me the wrong way. He's a genius because he's going to win, and he's very smart to do what he's doing, because in a 5-round fight, I may even favour Calvin Kattar, because Zabit gasses hard in the 3rd round. Every single 3rd round he has been in, he's either nearly lost, or he's looking at the clock the entire time, backing up towards the cage. And that's a fact. He gasses hard. That weight cut ain't meant... You're not meant to cut that much weight, you know? That's just not allowed in his weight cut. It's just... Listen, there's only so many fucking wheel kicks you can throw before you start to get a little bit tired, you know? It's not like he's jabbing someone's face off for 3 rounds. I'm sure Zabit could throw a 1-2 for 3 rounds. And a 1-2 leg kick. But when you're throwing wheel kicks, when you're doing fucking tornado fucking mongoloid kicks or whatever they are, like, it's going to take a sap on your gas tank. He knows this. That's why he's gone. I just really hate that he's done this. I wish it was 5 rounds. It would make it way more interesting. And he'd have to prove himself. But for him to decline 5 rounds in the main event and put the UFC in this kind of shitty position, where we've had one of the first 3-round main events other than Anderson Silva versus Israel Adesanya, that's a fucking bitch move, man. That really is a bitch move. I'm not a fan of it, man. I really am not. That's a pussy move. That means, and I'll tell you this, Zabit's going to win this fight just through options. I feel like he's going to have some fun on the ground. He may go back and forth with Kattar on the feet in the 1st round just because of an ego thing. But in the 2nd and 3rd, he has the option to take it down if he wants to. I think Zabit's going to win this one. However, this tells us a lot about Zabit. He knows he can't go 5 rounds. He knows his cardio is his weakness. Calvin Kattar was called. This is a short notice fight for Kattar as well. He was called and said, do you want to go 5 rounds? And he said, yes, please. That's what he said. Zabit was called and he said, no, I'm not going 5 rounds. I can't. That tells us a lot about Zabit and a lot about, if he wins this one, a potential matchup with the Holloways, the Ortegas, and the Volkanovskis of this world. Very late pressure guys who like to break you down and like to finish you in the later rounds. If Zabit wins this one, the fact that he has said that he can't go 5 rounds and doesn't want to go 5 rounds tells me that I'm picking Ortega, Holloway, and Volkanovski to beat him whenever they choose to fight. And the Korean Zombie as well. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Click that button there. Goodbye. See ya.